Okay, take two. I want to talk a little bit while I'm cleaning the inside of my car and talk about Martinsville and like taking pride in your shit. So Martinsville, not much to talk about, except what happened like after the race. Not a good day for Chase yet again, and yet people are still bitching and complaining and trying to find something to complain about with HMS, his crew chief, his crew, and blah blah blah. So these people are just like up in arms and just whining, over dramatic, over what? Mechanical shit happens. I don't know how to explain this to you people like a million times. Like, if you're a Chase fan page and you're constantly talking shit about Chase and the HMS, don't be a fan of Chase. Change your thing from the real Chase fans to just NASCAR fans, because clearly you just don't give a shit about Chase when he's doing bad. Because anytime he does a bad, like has a bad day or whatever, like yesterday, y'all get up in arms, make excuses, and say fire his crew chief, fire his entire crew, blah blah blah. But when he wins and he had like a solid day or whatever, you guys don't say a damn thing except, "Oh, I love you guys. You're so supportive." And then when he has like a couple mechanical problems in the playoffs, or like a broken piece, that y'all act like it doesn't happen ever. All teams go through this crap, and you act like they don't. Like SHR goes through this, JGR goes through it. Every single top tier team or whatever team it is in any series gets mechanical issues. Not just HMS, not just Chase, but still, it's kind of weird that he's had a couple mechanical issues in the playoffs, especially like the first races of the last 2 rounds now. It's like Dover, he went, 8 laps in his engine burst for no freaking reason. And yesterday, he made it through stage 1, and then before even stage 2 started, the axle broke on his car. So I don't know what to say or whatever. But now we're in a deep hole, so the next 2 races we're gonna have to like really get after it. But overall, and I want to talk about Byron here for a second. He ran extremely well. Like, people said he was gonna run like shit this year and this and that, but now that like he has Chad Canals as a crew chief and who has won at Martinsville like 9 times with Jimmy Johnson, he pretty much knows that track inside and out. So I'm not completely surprised that that team ran as well as they did. I just wish they won over Truex. I fucking hate Truex, and his fans are even more obnoxious. So, what was I saying? Oh yeah, back to Chase. Like, this is just bad luck. Like, every time this team gets backed into a corner, they strive, like they are stronger than ever. Like, they come back next week and they like work their ass off to get an even better car out and get all those stage points and win a stage, whatever, or even possibly win the race. Like, next 2 races, we have to go out with the mindset we need to win. It's like right now the Toyotas are kicking our asses, but in the playoffs we've had Truex win 3 times. Like, Truex didn't win 1 race in the previous rounds, which is nice, but first 2 races Truex won, and then Chase won the last race, and then it was Larson, Blaney, and Hamlin, and then now Truex again. So he's locked into Homestead. Whoop-de-doo. Not my biggest. So anyway, like, I hate Fairweather fans more than anything. If you're gonna support the driver, support the entire team itself too. Because without the driver or without the crew, there will be like the Chase would not like be as successful as he is right now. Like, with like bouncing back and from the Roval and Talladega, like, this crew is keeping this Chase's chances alive. And but y'all want to complain, say the crew screwed up and this and that. They didn't do anything wrong. All season long, they've been the most consistent and best pit crew in the entire Cup Series. Like, they said this over and over on a broadcast, but yet people keep complaining that he doesn't have a good pit crew. So I don't get it. So the bandwagon fans, I only see when Chase has bad luck or something shitty happens. That's when their true colors shine. When it's like, oh, he has to change. He might have some person said something stupid about he needs to be in like another manufacturer, another team, because at this rate he would have a championship right now if he wasn't with HMS. I'm sorry, but HMS is not the problem. They're not even having a problem. They're actually running better than ever this year. Not like to their full potential, but they're running way better, running in the top 5, finishing in the top 5, and top 10s, and whatever. But you can't blame HMS for and Chase is 23 years old, 4th year in the Cup Series. No 4th-year driver is getting a championship or anything like. He's been one of the most consistent young drivers in the damn sport. All 4 years, he's been in the playoffs. The last 3 years, he's been in the round of 8. And the last 2 years, he's won at least 3 times. And I feel like he can win at least one more time this season. And if it's making it to the Final Four, fantastic. If it's not, then we'll come back next year better than ever, finish out the year strong this year, coming back to Daytona, and hopefully just finish that race, because we haven't been able to finish the damn race without having an issue. So, so my thing is, it's like, if you're gonna be a fan of the entire crew. Don't just root for them during the good times. Root for them during the bad. Good, bad, the ugly. Since this crew is like the best in the business, they've been with Jeff Gordon, and Alan Gusman is like one of the best on pit bucks, but people are just find him just so underrated as a crew chief, but doesn't get the credit for it because y'all just bitch and moan about literally everything. So, Martinsville, I don't want to remember it because I personally did not enjoy it. People are like, oh, it's so much fun, and if you don't like it, then that's... I'm like, not everyone's gonna like this race. Some people, only Truex fans like this race because he apparently dominated the entire race. Who gives a flying shit? No one cares except Truex fans who think he's God, and he's not. So, but moving on, we're going to Texas, which we have a pretty solid chance there, but it's a hit or miss with that track with Chase. Like, beginning of his career, the first 2 seasons, they did a pretty solid job, like top 5s, top 10s in every single race. Like, it's just hit or miss. Phoenix, he's really good at. It's just that track has been in the ass the last few times. Like, got caught in like a wreck last year, and a season like in the spring, he got penalized in the start, which was stupid. And then he spun out, but didn't hit anything. He had a tire problem, so he had to fight through the field to finish in the top 15. So you can't say this team can't do anything productive and doesn't work hard. So moving on. The Truck Series. Truck Series, finally, my boy finally won. But FS1 shit out on everyone across the country. Literally. Like, the last 2 laps of that damn race, literally just before that restart, coverage cut off. And all you could hear was like a radio sequence of what was happening. So you didn't really see anything, and you didn't see victory lane or whatever. So everything we found was online. So, and then they went straight to college football and didn't show us much of anything else. So I'm like, I don't want to watch college football. I want to watch my boy Todd Gilliland winning. But whatever. He won, and then he said some controversial shit about Kyle Busch that I thought was freaking hilarious. About staying in his freaking motorhome. Like, I use freaking as a lighter term because he used the other word. He says he apologized for saying something like that. It was like heat of the moment, this and that. But I just feel like Kyle Busch is not the greatest team owner to work for. Like, he treats his drivers like garbage. He talks like they don't even exist, and like if they don't perform to the level that he's at when he's like in the Cup Series, like he tries to get them to act like him when it comes to performing well. In the Cup Series, he has to be a perfectionist and shove his pressure down their throats, and it's just irritating because these are young kids. They're like 18, 19 years old. They're still learning. And, like, Harrison Burton, he's a rookie in the freaking series. Give him a freaking break. Not every rookie or every driver is going to fire off wins the way you want it to. He's not William Byron. He's not Christopher Bell. None of these drivers are like those other two I just mentioned. Yes, they won a lot of races, and that whole team in general has won championships numerous times. But to say you threaten their job basically just because they're in Kyle Busch equipment. If you can't afford good equipment, then don't run a team. Like, apparently you're giving them shitty equipment, but blaming them for not performing well. But when you go in, you dominate because you bring your Cup team down in the pit area and just dominate the race because you have all the good equipment, but your other drivers have shitty equipment. I'm sorry, that's just how I see it. Anytime he was winning, like running, he would win the race. And it's like, and then brought in like Greg Biffle for one race, and he won that race. I'm like, notice a pattern here. He's only giving like the best equipment to one truck, and that's the part-time truck. And he's complaining that his drivers can't perform. They can perform. Just stop giving them so much pressure on their shoulders. Yes, it took them a long time to get a win, but holy shit. The kid is capable of running a truck. It's not easy with the competition that's in the field right now. It's not their fault that they're having all this shitty luck. So I don't blame Todd for saying what he said, but I don't think he should apologize because what he said was true. He puts too much goddamn pressure on these drivers. It makes me sick. Like, I know he wants the best and all that, but they can't be perfect. Like you, Kyle. Sorry to tell you. So, that was my 2 cents. I'm glad Todd won. I was kind of sick of Chastain. Chastain pisses me off. He's running like an asshole lately. And, like, he's overly aggressive. And people are like, oh my god, he's so overly aggressive. I love it. I'm like, how do you become a fan of that? I don't get it. He's, like, trying to run people over, wreck them, and this and that. And it's just so freaking annoying. I just can't stand that guy anymore. I'm just glad he didn't win. So as I'm sitting in my truck, as you can tell, and I'm wearing my Chargers hat because we won yesterday against the Bears, which is surprising because Bears have, I guess, supposedly one of the best defenses in the league, but we beat them because apparently they missed a field goal at the end of that, or an extra point, field goal, whatever. I never get to watch these damn games because they're never televised except for primetime, and we lost humiliatingly to the Steelers on Sunday Night Football. But I'm not going into that. We beat the Bears. It's all that matters. We're back in the win column. We're playing the Packers. this next week. That's gonna be a challenge. But the Chiefs lost, Raiders lost, and Broncos lost. I'm happy. So, anyway, again, name my truck. Um, as y'all know, I bought this truck back on May 4th. So May 4th be with you. I'll get those jokes later. But I just want to talk about like taking pride in your stuff. I worked so damn hard for years before I even went to where I am now, like at my job. I've been working so damn hard trying to save up for this truck. Like I've always wanted to Tacoma basically my entire life since I was like 12, and that's 16 years ago. And I've always been like a truck kind of person because my dad is over the road truck driver, and we've owned a truck before, and I've just been around trucks basically my entire life. So and I've just always been fascinated with Tacomas. Like all trucks are amazing in their own way, but something about the Tacoma was just like screaming at me like, you want this. I'm like, I do. And the fact that I actually own, like not like fully own it, I'm leasing this truck, but the fact that this is like mine and I get that I paid for it with my own money, I take pride in my stuff. Like especially when you get something this huge of a purchase for the next like what, I don't know, 2.5 years now. So like I like with my last car, I did not take care of it really all that well. I got washed and this and that, but the inside I just trashed. But with this, since it's brand new, I want to take care of it and I'm taking pride in my stuff. Like take pride in what you're passionate about and what you own, because keeping it like clean and whatnot goes a long way, honestly. Once every time I get this clean, it just feels like it just drives better than when it's dirty. Because when it's dirty, it just feels weird. So today it got a late start, but if you work hard enough, you can have like nice things. Like this is the first nice thing I've bought for myself. Like literally the first nice thing I've ever bought myself. With again like the help of my mom a little bit because she helped me with this whole process. But like I did all this work to get where I am right now by myself. So anyway, just like just work. If you work hard enough, you can have nice things. Just take pride in what you own, because if you take care of it, it will take care of you. Basically, that's how I see things. And mentally, right now, I'm just not in a good place. So, if you see me like on social media, being a little bit more heated on like towards other people, it's nothing personal. Don't take it personal. Don't come attack me. I'm ignoring all your little negative comments if you come at me. So I'm just not in the great mind space. And people are like, oh, just stay off of social media. And I'm like, I personally cannot just stay off of social media because that's like my coping thing. Like especially like with sports and music and whatever. Being on social media just helps me cope with how I'm feeling mentally and whatever. And my mom's like, just was like, I'm just trying to check on your mental state. I'm like, my mental state right now is not good. I am depressed. I have major anxiety every time I go into work. As some of you may know or not know, I'm stepping down from being a manager because as of late, it's just been very, very draining. And like I did it for this long, and I just realized it's just not for me. It's not like it's hard work. It's just a lot to take in. and people always attacking you and being negative. People just thrive off being negative. Like yesterday, I don't know what the deal was. People were just thriving to be negative. I don't understand what the problem is. Like every other person, they were just being super rude and acting like assholes. So, plus the snowbirds are back, so that's probably one of the issues here. I just lost my mind train of thought. But work has just been super stressful. But I have my race weekend coming up in less than 2 weeks, so I'm pretty excited about that. I just want to meet some drivers and just relax and take some time off from work. Since everyone else at my work decides, hey, I'm gonna take a trip and take a vacation. I need a vacation. I need like a year-long vacation. But because I'm just overwhelmed, stressed out. So if you see me online and I'm kind of a little acting weird and funny like that, that's why. Just don't take it personally. I'm not attacking you. I'm just overly frustrated with my life right now. So plus it's just a lot going on. But I'm looking forward to race weekend. I'm just like counting down the days. It's like less than 2 weeks away. I'm like, I can't freaking wait. And right now, today it's kind of cold in Arizona. If you live in Arizona, in like the area I'm in, it's kind of cold today. I woke up and I was freezing my ass off because like we're leaving our like cracking our windows open in our house just because we're not using the AC because it's not that hot anymore. Finally, end of October, we're finally cooling off. Like we're still in like the 70s and 80s, but that's still like better than 100, 110. So, and at night it's freaking freezing. So, anyway, I've been rambling too long. But that's pretty much what I want to get off my chest. And I'll talk to you guys later.